Susie, I see your forehead. Oh, there you are. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, how do I put the camera on?
Hey, John.
Yeah.
How do I do the camera?
Oops.
Sorry. My phone is it's almost dead, so I have to plug it in. But I can't plug in my headset.
Okay. Nikki, it should give you an opportunity to
Are you on your phone, Nikki?
I think
I am.
you are.
Okay, if you're on the app, if you slide it,
Okay.
slide it the other way. Because
Okay.
like mine gives me 3 things to slide. So I can see just Bobby Lynn, and then I can see everybody else. Let me see if it goes to,
Yeah. Oh, Kelly, are you on your phone too?
I don't know, maybe the
I'm sending him to bed.
Oh
This is a short 30-minute phone call, John.
my God.
Can you see? Can you at least see?
Yeah, I can see you guys.
Okay. Well, that's
I'm
good.
trying to figure this out.
I don't know if O'Kelly's got hers either.
I'll zoom,
me
assess
trying.
your camera. Oh, go to your settings and do privacy. Oh, hold on.
it's okay, I'm trying to find my desk. I don't have space to put notes.
Privacy. Camera. Oh, I see.
O'Kelly's having problems too. She can't hear either. Oh.
Oh,
and
there's
hey, we see Nikki. Nikki, you're on there twice.
I am?
Yeah.
no, she switched with, oh, maybe not. Oh, I'm
Sorry for the no makeup and
Bless
blow
you.
dry my hair for bed.
That's okay. You're here. You're not pumping.
Yeah. No, I'm not. I just finished.
Clearly, my husband's never been on a video before.
Brian, come look at Bobby Lynn's husband right now. Come look.
Oh my. They don't ever grow up, do they?
Nope.
No.
Unbelievable. And we're recording too, so you know, that's what we need.
See, that right there's funny.
Yeah, that right there is funny.
I
Go to
don't care
bed.
what you say.
Go to bed. Go to bed. Put him down.
No.
You're the man of Bud Light and he pulls out his sneakers on you. Oh my Lord. All right. Well, welcome everybody. How are you?
Hello. Good, tired.
I know. That's why I want to try to make this as quick as possible for everybody. Try to share my screen so we can see my PowerPoint presentation. There we go.
I'm on the phone. Can you hear me?
Yeah?
It's okay, Ellie. I'm on the phone because the computer was not working for some reason.
We can hear you. We just can't see you. Can you see
I
us?
can see yeah, I can see you. I can
Okay.
see the slides also.
Okay. Let's see if I can get it to full screen. How was I supposed to do that? Oh, from the beginning. There we go. How's that?
Nice.
Welcome, everybody. Woohoo! Week 2 of 6 weeks. So we've only got 4 more after this. And about the time we get our groove and remember when it is and where it is and to do our homework, we'll be done. Just like that. Well, I know a couple of us were able to, actually, I think we all did, everybody on this call, listen to the class. I tell you, I've been at this almost as long as those girls who gave the class, and wow. I mean, I need to listen to it over and over again and write notes. That was
good.
Yeah, it was really good.
very good stuff. So anyway, what was your first, everybody give one favorite takeaway.
Oh, hold on. My favorite one, oh, hold on, because I can't see everybody. My favorite one was when she talked about how this is the product and how many of you guys have.
Okay.
And that way it gets people talking about what they have and what they don't.
Do I sound clear to you all, or do I sound weird?
You sound clear.
Okay,
Susie, your phone was kind of cut up a little bit.
Okay, I have it plugged in, that's why.
Okay. All right, Nikki, what was your favorite takeaway?
I liked the sale tactic of saying for the more expensive items that, you know, who has good cookware in their kitchen and was it worth every penny basically? And my answer would be yes. So
Great one. Great one, great one. And O'Kelly?
Mine was also, like Nikki said, to promote the expensive products, but also to encourage the guests to sell to each other.
Oh, yes. Yes. I like that too. And O'Kelly and I were talking earlier about the whole features and versus benefits. And that's a good one too, because we can sell features all day long, or we think we're selling features to them all day long, but it's not going to do a thing. It's really not going to encourage them to get it. They're only going to feel like they have to have it when they hear the benefits of those features. You're like, oh yeah, so what? Titanium reinforced alloy, what does that mean? It means strength, it means durability, it means it's not going to warp on you, you know, that kind of thing. So I like that. I like that aspect as well. There were several things, each of the things you all said as well, for me too. So anyway, we'll get moving forward here. So you have made it to week 2, and we talked about what an amazing job those ladies did on that call. So we will want to at some point go back to it. It's good to know where it is and to reference it again, because you're going to have other calls as homework. So we will we'll just have to keep adding to our arsenal. Just maybe tuck it away. I'm going. This one is recording actually this time. It told me it was recording, so I know I can post the playback on this, and you'll be able to go back and reference the areas and the calls that we're doing too. So so now that you have some amazing selling skills under your belt, you're going to be able to start sharing these great tips and ideas when you're at your shows and while you're out and about. So it's natural for us to start talking about bookings and prospecting next. Because now that we feel a little more confident, should we review a little bit of our whole belief triangle? Did you feel like this strengthened your belief a little bit?
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I think so too. I know it does mine. I mean, we all already have a pretty good belief in the product and a belief in our host program, and probably working there on the opportunity, you know, as far as having other people join us in the business, and what we're through by the end of the 6 weeks, hopefully you have a stronger belief in yourself as well, as we were discussing last time, how that tends to be our weakest belief. So it's super easy to share what you're excited about once you're educated on it. So you have products that will change people's lives. And did you know that families who eat dinner together have children who do better on their SATs? They have better interviewing skills. They're less promiscuous. They're less apt to do drugs, smoke, or drink, all because they ate dinner together. There's a newspaper clipping that I clipped out several years ago that actually states this. So I can tell you from personal experience that all this is true, and I know O'Kelly feels the same way. Nikki, as a brand new mom, you're just starting to get into this.
Yeah.
But trust me, it's a good direction to head, right? So when you know information like that, it's hard not to share what you know, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's because it's just too good. And then that's what we do. We want to share, like if we find a good restaurant or we hear of a good movie, you know, or we see a good movie, we want to share it all. So How does that make you feel to know that you're having an impact on future generations just by going to work?
Mhm.
That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. It's not moving forward. I moved my little bar up, and now it's not moving forward. I had this problem last time. There we go. So it's easy to share when you're out and about. The way you can do that, one is to wear a PC logo. Nikki, do you have anything with Pampered Chef on it?
Just the apron.
Okay. I have to send you a little pin for hitting your $12.50 in sales. So I'm going to send you something
Yay.
else that you can advertise your business. I think I've got a little tote bag that you can use to carry for your groceries, and
Oh,
I even
awesome.
carried into like Office Depot or Walmart or Target, that kind of a thing too, so that you can have your logo out and about.
Awesome. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Some people are bold enough to wear their apron in the grocery store and say, "Oh, I just came from a show, blah blah blah." I'm not quite there. I because I actually take it off when I get done with my show, but some people do that. A lot of people also wear their name tag. So if you go on and you buy a name tag, you can do that. Which you can either get a name tag through Office Depot, or you can buy one from Merrill, our licensed merchandise vendor, which I think
I
is
did look
under.
through some of that.
Have you seen where we can get that, Susie? Well, it's harder for me to do it when I've got this on my screen, but it's under licensed merchandise vendors. And if you just put in the search field Merrill, Merrill, you'll be able to find that. You can carry a Pampered Chef cookbook around to find ingredients for recipe, when you're in the brownie aisle, carrying the Naughty Brownie recipe cards and give them away. I know what you're thinking. Wait, what? You want me to talk to people at the store and out and about, right, Susie? No, I'm not crazy. Yes, that's a good idea. Yes, I do it. Do I do it every time I'm out and about? No, but I do it sometimes. Yeah. Well, maybe I am, but you gotta love me anyway, right? Anywhere
That's
there are
funny.
people, there are those who eat, right? So, how many of you struggled with dinner before Pampered Chef?
Mhm.
Yeah, I did.
I'm raising my hand.
Kelly, I know you're raising your hand back there in La La Land that we can't see you, right?
Yeah.
I know, because we've had this conversation. And I think they even do. One of the girls, was it Stacy Cunningham, whatever Cunningham's name was? I think she said she was one of those, any box that had a hand on it, that was her, and that was me. I called myself a box cook. I was definitely a box cook. So now that I have been in Pampered Chef for a while, it's a whole lot easier. And I know a couple of you all were saying the same things. Nikki shared pictures of her
Mhm.
dinner tonight, which was absolutely fabulous. It's so cool.
It was really good. Yeah.
Awesome. And sometimes I'll say this at my show too in the beginning. I'll say, well, how many of you struggle with dinner, beforehand? And they say, how many of you just stare at your kitchen cabinet or your refrigerator hoping that a full-fledged meal will fall right out at you? Never happens.
Mm-mm.
Gracious. So did all these people you're surrounded by, everybody around you, got the same thing? So I think of it as being selfish if I don't share. So you want to take a look at it that way. So what do I say? Something like this. Hi, is that a good brownie mix brand? I'm making this recipe tonight to try out and show them the Naughty Brownie recipe card. Do you think this is a good brand? Have you heard of Pampered Chef? Oh, I love Pampered Chef is usually what they say. And that's when you say, oh, I know, right? When's the last time you've been to a party? Because people will say that when they hear you say, I do Pampered Chef, or I'm with Pampered Chef, oh, I love Pampered Chef. And if they just kind of look at you like, oh, what's Pampered Chef? Say, oh my goodness, I can't believe you've never heard of Pampered Chef. Right? Have you guys ever had someone say that?
Yes.
that they
Yeah.
don't know what it is? No.
No.
They always know
Yeah.
what it is. Mhm.
Well, it's actually, Kelly, most of the Hispanics say, oh, I don't know what Pampered Chef is. But,
Mhm.
Oh,
well,
I
my
think it's,
sister didn't know what it was, but
Yeah.
she's young. She's a millennial.
and you're like, oh my goodness, it's the next best thing. You've got to check this out. You're definitely going to want to try this recipe and hand them the recipe card. But anyway, would you like a new product flyer, you can say. And if they say yes, you say, well, I'd love to follow up either to see what you think about the new products. Can I get your information? And you can either use it, Post-it stickers, or you can use a drawing slip, you know, to stick it in, you know, attach it to the recipe cards and stuff. And just to have them fill it out real quick. And you can say, great, I'll call you tomorrow. You must call, though, within 24 to 48 hours, or you might as well just throw the lead away, because they'll lose 10% interest every day, even more when they've only just met you instead of at a party. You know what I mean? So if they just met you at the grocery store or gas station or Kohl's, something or other like that, they're less likely to remember you than if they met you at a show. So, and you know, a lot of times what I do too is when I see people in the store and I know they look familiar. I'm not just making this up. They actually look familiar to me. And I'm like, gosh, I swear I've met you somewhere before. And most of the time they're like, yeah, I know, you too. And I'll say, well, you know, have you ever been to a Pampered Chef party? Because that's usually where I meet most of the people, you know, as acquaintances. And so that's kind of a way for me to break ground as well. Because typically that is a place that I've seen them before, you know. So you can come up with different ways to break the ice. But that's a great way, just carrying recipe cards. Because most people will not turn down a recipe card. Right, Susie?
Yeah, no, they were
That's right.
in the
I
top
caught
of
you.
my-
I caught you not paying attention. In the checkout line, you might say, I can't wait to try these brownies at home. Don't they look amazing? You know, she asks about them. You could say, have you ever heard of Pampered Chef? They'll say, I love Pampered Chef. I know, right? When's the last time you've seen a catalog? This could be the checkout clerk. This could be the person next to you while you're waiting, you know, instead of reading the magazine covers over there. Here's a copy of our latest spring products. Check out this veggie spiralizer. Or we can say, check out our new crock pot, you know. But the veggie spiralizer is kind of fun. It's taking the noodle world by storm. I'd love to follow up with you to see what you think about the new products. Hand them the Post-it note or the drawing slip. Can I get your information so I can follow back up with you? You know. And usually what I say, too, is I say, you know what, believe me, I do not have time to stalk people. But it is my job to follow up with you, and I want to make sure you get, you know, get the catalog I promised, kind of a thing. Now, if they really get excited about the products, then ask them if they'd like to have a show and get them all of the products for free instead. It really is that easy. Sharing's just caring about the people around you and having a conversation. So when you start seeing it as a service instead of a chore, it will become much more fun and easy for you to do. Prospecting when you're out and about is nothing more than a friendly conversation, okay? You also want to be prepared when someone asks you, well, what do you do? Because they're going to do that. And you don't want to be fumbling around coming up with the words that describe what you do. Because in the beginning, you don't know how to say it. And you certainly don't want to do what we call throw up on them, which means you just gush about everything great about Pampered Chef. And you're like, oh, good Lord, how do I get out of this conversation? I am so sorry I asked. Right? So you want to just give them brief 20-second commercials, which is what we're going to talk about next. So you always want to be prepared with that. You can say something like this. I help create mealtime memories with quality tools and tasty recipes. Or I show busy families how to get dinner on the table in less than 30 minutes. What's that? Did I lose her? Am I still around?
Yeah, I see.
We can hear.
Okay, good. I help people realize that cooking can be fun when you have the right tools. Or you can say, I help people discover the inner Rachel Ray. She's not as popular as she used to be. You can plug in whatever famous TV chef is going on right now. But all of these are designed for people to then ask you, what do you do? You know, oh, I'm with a Pampered Chef. Have you heard of the Pampered Chef? Their response is 99% of the time, you know. Okay. So these questions, when people say, you know, what do you do? Oh, I help create mealtime memories. Well, how do you do that? Oh, well, I'm part of the Pampered Chef. Are you familiar with Pampered Chef? Right? You can see, you know, everybody always says, I love the Pampered Chef.
Sorry.
And they do. So you can say, I'm so glad I'm not a lawyer, because no one has ever said, oh, I love lawyers, right? Oh, I love it. So now that we've prospect all over, let's talk about bookings at your shows, okay? Because bookings are the heart of your business. The magic number is 2. And all of this, by the way, works for either a live party or a virtual party, okay? So everything we can do, you can do the same thing over a virtual party. When you talk about saying what you do, Again, do a quick little 20-second video, or just just a couple one-liners in there. Because you never want to close a party without 2 bookings. You can have 2 cooking, or one catalog party would be even better. You can have 1 show to replace the one you just did, and then 1 show to grow your business. So if you're only getting 1 booking, you're going to stay exactly where you are. So if you want to grow, you need to book 2. 1 to replace the one you just did, and 1 to grow on. It's kind of like those birthday spankings we used to get as kids. They give you whatever your year was, and then 1 to grow on, right? So you need 1 more show to grow on. And a catalog/virtual party for gravy on your paycheck. Now, a lot of people are making their entire paycheck, all their gravy. They're all gravy with virtual or catalog parties. And some people are having really successful ones. Nikki, I think you're having some very successful virtual parties, right?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Are you getting bookings from them?
So the one I did at the end of January, I got 2. One of them is this weekend and one of them is in March. But the virtual party I did yesterday, even though it was for a friend who's in Orlando, so far, she's just had 1 person order. So I don't know how that one's going to turn out. I'm just still trying to keep in touch with everybody, but.
Okay. Well, you know what? I was just talking to Mindy, that you might have seen me make some posts on our page about that. And she said she just personally messaged people and asked for the booking.
Right, I read that, yeah.
So that's what I'm going to try. I've got 2 virtual parties going on right now, and I'm going to just personally message them, talk to them about, what products they might like, and if they had thought about hosting their own party, kind of a thing. So I think making personal requests will have success there. So in order to get the 2 bookings, you have to ensure you do a few things. Woo, a few, like 17. Host Coach effectively, which we're going to cover next week. Show up on time. This is if you're doing live parties, of course. Make sure all your dishes are clean. Sometimes when people have helped me do my dishes, I'll get to the next party and I can find that they're not quite as clean as I would like. So you might want to make sure they're clean. Make sure you're appropriately dressed. To me, that means I don't wear sundresses. You know what I mean? You want to look professional. You don't want to look like you just walked out of Walmart either. So make sure you're appropriately dressed, smell good, especially if you have an evening party and you're coming from work, you might want to freshen up a little bit. Talk about high-priced products to create desire beyond the budget. Someone once told me when I was first starting that if you learn how to show your cookware and sell your cookware, you will never want for bookings, because people obviously aren't going to pay full price for those pieces of cookware, right? And rock crocks are the same way, which is why I always like to say I don't want to do a recipe in the brownie pan, because people will find the $20 brownie pan on their own. Do it in the rock crock, just like these girls said in the audio, the video or audio, I guess, that we listened to. They always use a double burner grill pan in the rock crock. That's how you're going to get bookings, okay? Because they'll buy it at 60% off. They'll buy it at 50% off, right? Make your host feel special and appreciated. You always want to thank them very much, profusely. Give them a gift. Talk about what a wonderful job they've done. Just make them feel really special, because everybody likes to be gushed. We talk about love languages sometimes, and I don't know too many women whose love languages isn't words of encouragement. Go over bookings in your intro, in your demo several times, and in your closing. If you use the scripts, there's booking lines built into all of those. Use the door price slip, walk them through the boxes and tell them to check yes. I do that at all my live parties, and I will hand them out one by one to each person. So when you do a live party, I don't ever hand them out at the beginning of the party. I always hand them out at the end of the party. Okay, great. This is the time in the party where you can tell me how much you just love me and you can't wait to invite me into your home, and I always just kind of laugh about that. But you want to definitely hand each of them that and talk about each of the boxes on there. There's something called a 3-pile checkout, where you can ask each and every guest and be prepared to handle objections. Is that a not now or a not ever? And what the 3-pile checkout is where you have 3 piles in front of you. One, you have opportunity cards where you can talk to them about the opportunity in joining the Pampered Chef. Another stack of items is host packets for booking parties. And a third one is recipe cards. So you always want to start with the highest end thing, which is joining your team. Oh my gosh, Susie, you look like you had so much fun today. I would love to have someone like you on my team. Have you ever thought about doing something like Pampered Chef? Yeah, well, sort of. Well, here, let me hand you. This is just a little bit of information about the Pampered Chef. It's designed to generate questions, so I would love to have you look over this, and can I call you tomorrow and just see what kind of questions you have? And then go from there on to the bookings and then recipe cards. If they say no to the first two, then you say, well, you know what? I am quite certain you're going to want this recipe card because everybody loves recipes and you're going to want to make this at home. Go on with that. If they say no to a cooking, ask if they'll do a virtual party. And then always ask for referral of someone who would do a party. I have a lot of success with that too. When they say no, so that's okay. I understand. I appreciate your honesty. But in case you do come across someone who would be interested in Pampered Chef, getting some free products, would you mind passing, this catalog on to them or this recipe card on to them? Turn your host into a booking agent for you. They'll get 50% off items. So if you explain to her that at each party that she gets scheduled, they will get a 50% off item at each party, and there's no limit on that. So when you can say that to them, they will probably work on getting you that booking for you as well. Offer an incentive to the guest or host to book, such as when the host gets 3 bookings, she gets the prize in the bag. Or when you book your show, I'll bring the ingredients for a molten lava cake. Sometimes there's a tic-tac-toe that I've done at times when I'm really wanting to pad my calendar and things like that. So and some of you like Nikki and O'Kelly as new people, I know that you all were Pampered Chef fans beforehand, so you probably had some duplicates in your kit that you can use as incentives too. Those kinds of things work great. Know about your products when you're doing the demo to create interest in purchasing or booking. That will also help. I swear to you, people booked out of pity for me in the beginning, and use that as much as you can in the beginning as well. Say, oh my gosh, I'm so new. I can't believe I'm like hyperventilating talking to you guys, but I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am, and I would love to come share more. If you could, bring me into your home, I'd be happy to do that. And I swear, my first year, they booked out of pity. I know they did. Fortunately, I met all of you way further into my business than that. But smile a lot and have fun with your people. No one wants to book a show with an Eeyore, but they will definitely book with a Tigger. All right?
We're Tiggers in this household.
That's right. That's right. Have your calendar ready and clear to book dates right then and there. So get them on your calendar, if at all possible, right then. If not, then write down dates you do have available for your calendar for the month that they're wanting, and tell them to contact you as soon as they pick their date. If they don't contact you within 2 days, then group text the potential and the current host at the same time to follow up. Yeah, that's a little bit sneaky, but that way the host knows. Because if you haven't closed your party yet, then because you want, and that's what I always say too, is that I just want to know to be able to give Nikki her credit before I close out her party, because she will get a 50% off item at your party if I list you as a booking before we close her party. So that's something that you're going to want to do. So start saying on the way to every party, this is what you're going to say in your car: I will get 2 cooking and 1 catalog show booking today. I am a booking magnet. Everybody wants to book a show with me, right? And stop saying I wish and start saying I will, right? Okay, we talked a little bit about the 4 pillars of success last time, and we discussed our belief system. So I challenge you to strengthen your system so much that your belief in our 3 opportunities exudes from you. And the opportunity to purchase, the opportunity to book a show, and the opportunity to join one of the fastest growing teams in the state. So when you wake up, the first thing you should think is, whose life will I change today? I listened to an audio from someone in Sharon Zellum a few years ago, and that's one of the things she says before she goes into a show. Is she says, I will change a life today. Because Pampered Chef has certainly changed mine. Some of you guys have heard my story over and over again. Definitely changed my life. I know, Susie, it has changed your life. And heck, Kelly and Nikki, as short a time as you've been in, Nikki, I saw the picture of your dinner there. It's changed your life.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and O'Kelly, I know you have similar stories as well. So it does change life, because believe it or not, being able to cook a neat, fun meal is a lot, it's life-changing. You know, and Nikki was talking about how, tell that story, you talked about how seldom you have eaten out now.
Oh, since we've started, I think we've only been out to eat like twice in the past 2 months.
And prior, you ate out?
Pretty frequently.
Yeah.
I would say maybe at least once a week, I would say. We're kind of in a secluded area, so our choices are Publix.
You know, and that's a real benefit to you, because see, here in Orlando, in this Metro Orlando area, as you remember, there's so many choices that people will quickly go out to eat. Where you are, they cook. So they need you, right?
Yeah. The grocery store is within walking distance, so it's perfect.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. Well, this week I want you to look at your passion behind this company's booking opportunity. You've got to believe that we have the best thing ever. And so be so completely passionate about it that you can't help but book a ton of parties, all right? Are you passionate at your parties? And you can exude passion through a virtual party. I know you can. Are you passionate about your products? Can they tell that you're in love with your products? Oh, Kelly, I think they do from you. You've been at a couple of my parties. You're very excited about our products, especially the wine ones.
I just need to transfer that to my own parties now.
I know. You will. You will. I'll just have to come to a few of your parties and do the same for you that you did for me. Can they tell when you
Yes.
talk about bookings how much fun it's going to be and how crazy they'd be not to have one with you? That's what I want to hear everybody say is, oh my God, I'd be nuts not to have a party with Susie, because she's the most excited person I've ever seen about Pampered Chef, right? I know. Can you paint a picture so clear that they just have to join your team? That's what we always want to work on too, because that's really where life-changing happens more than anything, is with joining the Pampered Chef. So here we go again. Answer yes or no honestly. Are you passionate about your products?
Yes.
Are you
Yes.
passionate about booking shows?
Yes.
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 Okay. I was going to say, oh, Kelly, we can't see your facial expression, so you got to speak to us.
I said yes.
Are you passionate about sharing our business opportunity?
Yes.
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 Whether you are or you are not, it will definitely show. And sometimes we get so focused that we don't look like we're not smiling. So I have to, I know I get that way sometimes. So I'm consciously aware of trying to have a smile on my face at all times. So something you want to do. Because if you don't feel passionate, hey, let's think about ways you can find your passion, right? You can attend national conference, which is, yay, I know. I was just going over, I created a little template to post some things for you guys about national conference and why you want to go. You can go through Pampered Chef University. There's so much on there. You can watch YouTube videos. There are always, if you just Google Pampered Chef, like go to YouTube and type in Pampered Chef Food Chopper, you're going to find videos about our food chopper. You can just find videos about everything. You can find booking Pampered Chef parties, and you can find YouTube videos on there. So you can do that too. Play with your tools at home. Attend team trainings. They're always fun and exciting, right? Last Sunday we had Charlotte Nagai, which was very exciting, and we got to play in all our new products. You can listen to training calls. Find a batter bowl buddy to keep you accountable. What that means is, a long time ago, what we used to do is we would take like everybody at a team training and we would put names into a batter bowl and we'd pick a name out. And if I picked Nikki's name, Nikki was my batter bowl buddy. And we would communicate with each other. So I would keep up with Nikki throughout the week and, and say, Nikki, how are you doing with your business this week? What are you having trouble with? Or are you making your phone calls? Are you watching your videos, and how was your party? And Nikki might say, oh my gosh, I had this heckler at my party that just wouldn't stop talking negative and blah blah blah. And so a batter bowl buddy is someone that just you can keep up with, someone you can work with. Typically they're at your same level, like new people. You can find a fair or a booth to work. So you can hear how much everyone else loves PC. Like I just did one yesterday, and so many people are like, oh, I just love Pampered Chef. It's so much fun. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love it. And the first thing out of your mouth should be, do you have a consultant that you work with on a regular basis? If they say yes and they have someone, I'll say, oh my gosh, that's great. I'm so excited for you. You might want to message her. We got new products coming out because we do have some incredible new products. You don't ever want to take someone else. If they can't name that person's name or they don't have an affiliate, well, great. I would love to be your Pampered Chef consultant, you know. Come to a recipe night. We've got one of those going on tomorrow night. Or you can find a PC mentor, someone like me or someone like another consultant in the business that you can communicate with. So, do you guys have any questions?
What is the recipe night?
A recipe night is where we get together. So we have 2 meetings in a month. The first Monday of the month is our regular team meeting, which is what we did when Nancy Jo was here and we did our new products. And then the third Monday is when we do like a recipe night where we get in the kitchen and we work with our products and we make a recipe. And recipe, well, actually, both of them are good ones to bring a guest to. You can always bring a guest to a meeting. But that's what our recipe night is. We're going to run out of time here real quick, so let me show this for your homework. You can listen to Abundant Bookings with Susan Warshay and Missy Isles. PCU, I will post this. Bookings, peer sharing, share with your recruiter at least 5 takeaways, okay? I'll put this link up there for you guys. Let me see if we have anything else. Then how many shows will you commit to? We'll post these again. I want to make sure we get all this in before my before the video stops on us. But set a follow-up call with your recruiter to discuss. And I should probably poke you guys a little faster to remind you to do these before the end of the week gets here. It sneaks up, man, doesn't it?
Yeah, that,
Before you know it, it's Friday, and by the time we get into the weekend, we're all into family and activities. So I apply grace because we all live that kind of a life, right? But anyway, any last questions?
I don't think so.
no,
Okay. Well, I thank you guys. Oh, Kelly, I know I
Thank
will see you
you.
this week. Susie, am I going to see you tomorrow night, Susie?
yep, I'll be there.
All right.
No,
Nikki,
me-
let's
Oh,
keep in touch.
Thank you for, I got the herb infuser in the mail.
Oh, I think Pampered Chef might have sent that to you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did I get? I got something from the spring release. I won some ticket from the spring release show.
Oh, yeah.
So I
got
thought
that
it
in
was
the mail.
that.
Yep, I got that in the mail to you this week. There's some cute little plates. They're daisy glass daisy
Oh,
plates.
well, I got these herb infusers too.
Yeah, I think that came from Pampered Chef. Oh,
Oh,
they
cool.
said that was in the spring.
No, I just assumed that it was whatever I won from the online thing that I signed on for. When you guys did the training at your house.
No, that was something different, which I did
Oh.
get out to you.
Okay,
Was
well, that's cool.
January?
What'd you say, Susie?
Was it the free for all for January that you got?
That's what I'm thinking it was. I'm thinking it was a free
What
for
is
all for
that?
January sales.
Was it the lime green products?
Yes.
Yeah, that's you earned that in January. If you hit 750,
Okay.
the first level of free. Those are the new spring herb products.
Oh, I got those.
Yay!
Yay!
Freebies!
I love free stuff.
As we say, if it's free, it's for me.
It's for me.
That's right. That's right.
I'm gonna say
Thank you.
my phone's about to die. It's not
Yeah.
charging for some reason. So I will see if you're live. I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, you guys on here next week. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.